I thank God that I don't look like what I've been through. The only reason I'm even here today, right now, is because of God's grace and His mercy. This year, I've lost a lot. I lost my business, finances, health, freedom, and relationships in what seemed to be overnight. Life for me has been brutal, to say the least. But you know what? My relationship with Christ has grown stronger. Honestly, there were times when I thought God had just given up on me and my life was over. The days were so lonely and the nights were so dark. But I knew somehow deep down in my spirit that I would make it through. You know, everybody has a story and every story has chapters. Some chapters are exciting and victorious, others are full of grief and disappointment. What chapter of life is evolving for me? I wish I knew. I wish I knew the answer to that question. Trusting God is so hard, and losing control of my life feels like a funeral. It feels like the end. Or is it? You know, I've heard people say that endings are beginnings. And what I struggle with is loosening my grip on what life used to look like for me. I'm reminding myself that what's ahead of me is better than what's behind me. But the only way that I can really find out is if I keep moving forward. Now, this roll that I've been on has been as smooth as crunchy peanut butter. Okay. There are days when I literally sat in the corner of the room praying, just praying and asking God to heal me. There was other days where I cried myself to sleep at night, asking God to forgive me for my sins. The moisture from my tears have saturated my face for 179 long days. I've had to fight for my life with no direction and no answers. In January of this year, I had to leave work due to a neurological illness that has yet to be understood or identified. Some of my major symptoms are blurred vision, stuttering, memory loss, and a weakened immune system, just to name a few. You know, in February, it was confirmed that I do have two brain lesions, and those brain lesions might be triggering an autoimmune response. But still, no clear answers and no real solutions. So I decided, you know what? No more testing, no medication. There are too many risks involved. After seeing specialist after specialist, doctor, homeopathic, all these things, I found myself, I'm running out. I'm running out of money and I'm running out of options. I was also running out of faith. Okay. And on top of all that, I had to take care of my children and my home. You know, if any of you are curious about my battle, please watch Celine Dion's documentary on Netflix. I mean, minus her big house and her professional medical team, our health struggle is similar. But you know what? I watched her perform at the Olympics the other night, and it gave me hope. It was that gentle reminder that God is the Almighty Redeemer. Jesus Christ has the power to heal us from anything. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I do wake up with gratitude, but I am silently hoping, like, is this the day? Like, will I be completely healed and made whole again? I look in the mirror thinking maybe this was just a long nightmare, a 7-month nightmare. And today is the day I wake up from it. It usually leaves me disappointed. But you know what? I choose to get up, stand up, and walk in faith. And I do that every single day. Now, this walk is full of tears, anger, stress, pain. But as Eric Thomas says, we don't cry to give up. We cry to keep going. And when I came back to work in May, I felt different. I felt like I needed to connect with people on a deeper level, on a human level. So right now I am the training lead for foster licensing courses. For those who want to become foster parents, we walk them through that process. But primarily I'm responsible for public speaking and coaching. So I work closely with our trainers and facilitators. One of the things that I love to do is help people face their fear of communication, and allowing them to see how this really can transform their self image and their confidence. I'm really proud that I was able to create a framework at our organization that helps me work with anybody really at any level of speaking. My goal is to one day partner up with more businesses who really want to make that investment in their leaders. Now, what sets me apart is I'm able to make connections, powerful connections, really quick, along with progress. So this foundation, this passion that I have is laying the foundation for profit. I know that profit is coming, but the passion has to be there first. God has allowed me to really operate in something that I find joy in. I was listening to Dr. Darius Daniels preach the other day, and he said, when God calls you to fulfill a purpose, it's also going to reveal your inadequacies. He said, don't let those inadequacies, those lack of skill or knowledge or resources or what you think you don't have, don't let that stop you from answering that call. Whatever you think you don't have or that you need, it will be provided to you along the way. You just got to pay attention. Just when you think, I run out of options, all hope is lost, here comes God. He will send help in your direction. For me, my help came from family who checked on me, who loved me, who supported me, friends who did the same. And they were there for me every single day through ups and downs. 7 months is a long time, but they say that 7 is the number of completion, self-discovery, personal growth. It's something that I'm ready for all of it. Now, prior to this, I will admit that my life lacked some compassion. It lacked humility and authenticity. But I'm a firm believer without any evidence right now that this chapter of my life is ending. I'm grateful for it. But the suffering, the pain, and the worry will be behind me. Finally, I recognize that God wasn't punishing me. Like, this illness wasn't judgment. It really was grace. So this next chapter, salvation, redemption. In this next chapter, I'll see prosperity and love, wisdom, and joy. I love Psalms 30, verse 5, when it says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I know that this is my morning. I've already claimed it. And I want you to know that no matter what life looks like for you right now, no matter what you are up against, what you are facing right now, keep your faith. Keep your faith in God. Protect it. Trust his plan for your life. As Jeremiah 29:11 said, God has plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Okay? It will be challenging. It will be difficult. There will be mountains that God may not move, even if you ask. But his grace is sufficient, and he will give you the strength to climb.